Okay, synchronization, let's start. All right, so we clearly have a lot of cameras, more cameras than fish we're gonna catch today. So guys, the goal for today is to install this NK300 on this Kaku Zulu, because there's something new that just came to the market from Newport that I want to test out. So I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and finally I got a reason to do it. So I spent a good amount of time setting up this motor mount here and the steering and everything else on this boat. So I may show you a little bit of that installation process. Wait, did I even record it? No. I'm not gonna show you the installation process. I'm gonna tell you how I installed it. Okay, now the throttle system right here, see where I put it. It's so nice here today. There you go. Throttle right there. It's on a YakGadget throttle mount, so I could adjust where I want it later if I don't like it there. Let's put it here for now. Super cool. The next thing is we need to install all the steering cables and everything on this motor, but the reason we're here today is because of this low profile battery from Newport. It is an IP67 waterproofing casing, which means you can submerge it for like a little bit of time. Don't do it, but I mean, if something happens, it could withstand that. I tested it. But the cool thing about this battery is the form factor. I could choose to put it like this against my black pack, right? Or make it look even nicer by going this way, and I could choose to strap it, or I could choose to go ahead and put it under my seat without even thinking about it. Just dropping in there. Let me see if I have enough cables to length to do that. I do. So I think it's gonna go under the seat, and then it's just connected. Look at that. It's done. Under the seat, connected to my motor right here. So let's find the battery using the app. Okay, so right there we got 82% because we used it the other day. We got the voltage and everything. Let's do a quick test run before we get on the water, just in case, you know, you don't want to go through all these hassles and then something is wrong. I hear the motor 100%. We're good. All right, so the battery is good. I'm just gonna keep it under the seat for now, and I don't know, I think it's fine there. I could choose to put it right here, but I think that's where I'm gonna put my cooler. So let's do that. Cooler goes right here behind the seat. Battery's fine there. You see the potential? That battery could go under the black pack, on the sides of the black pack. If your kayak is wider, it could go on the side, or if you don't have any other space, you could just put it under the seat. You have a lot of space here to work with, because that battery is low profile and fits anywhere. So the next step is to connect the steering system and the lift and deploy motor system. And the reverse. And of course, it will not be a nice setup if we don't go even crazier. You know what they say, go big or go home. I don't have my fancy auto boat system with smart head with me. I need to find an anchoring solution that is not gonna drive me crazy. Well, look who is here. Mr. Fancy Micro Anchor from PowerPole. Sweet. Okay, I think we need to do one more thing, which is lock. I don't know if this triangle is perfectly where it needs to go, but I don't know. I feel like it should be there, but then there's a little Okay, I'll fix that later. Just like that, we're anchored. Sweet. You know what? Let's remove the anchor. I don't wanna touch my paddle today. Let's see if I could do that. Let me go ahead and release the motor. Let me go in reverse. I knew it. Should have held reverse first. So it's not deep enough for me to engage the reverse like I should. So I'm just put a low power on it to turn around. Then I'm gonna head out, and that's it. If you go at low power, you could go in reverse without doing much of anything. I think we're good here. Nah, can't. It's too deep and murky. This is a boat.
Can you pick this up?
Ah, no, because you don't have a PFD. I forgot to close this. Oh my God, it was nice to get here, man. It was very nice. I'm gonna make some adjustments and I'm gonna go ahead and shoot the video. Okay, we got here. Let's do some modifications. All right, so we just launched from the launch spot. I had a little difficulty with the cables because something happened. I ran the motor hard and it couldn't run the prop, so it gave me an error. So I had to like disconnect it from the battery for like a minute, so it resets, reconnect it, and we were able to run. So if that happens to you, if you run aground with that NK300 it just doesn't want to work, disconnect it from power, count for a few minutes, and then reconnect it. It should definitely fix the problem. It has for me in the past. Happens with torpedoes as well. Happens with the Beaspies. They have a shut off built in, so if the prop can't turn, the motor will stop working because it will, like, you know, it's a fail safe. Now I noticed that I've been reaching too far out here to work on with, you know, the speeds and stuff, so I'm gonna move this back closer to me. The perfect spot here for the Zulu will be to get a YakGadget mount that go here and then put this over here like this. Boom. For now I'm just gonna put it right here. Hopefully it doesn't interfere with the steering. The second thing I want to do is, I feel like the motor was like too in the hole, so I'm gonna raise it up one pin. Man, you think PowerPole is kind of like a gimmick, but it's not. Like, it does do the job and it's nice to have. Problem for me is just, so one more thing I had to think about, and one more battery I had to think about, one more item that I'm gonna forget. So I don't bring it on all the time, but it's, when it's here, it's really nice to have. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this pin out, put it on the second level. The other thing that I should do, but I'm not gonna be doing today, I may wanna bring the motor a little lower by getting rid of this color right here. Do I have any tools? Don't have any tools, but I think if I bring the motor a little lower, I'm gonna gain a little bit of speed. Remove this color, and then that should do it. I think the motor is too high on the water. Let's find out. Let's see what happens if we step on it. I don't know, it's deep enough, man. It's deep enough. You could make adjustments if you want, but I feel like it was deep enough. Voila. Hey guys, I just want to take 2 seconds times however long the actual time is to talk to you guys about my setup right here today, which I'm enjoying so far. This is the Kaku Zulu. Kaku makes really nice kayaks. They're not super polished, they're not like super extra premium boats. They're rough around the edges, but they work, right? And that's what you need to know, that they work. They're not super expensive. You're not paying for refinements, you're paying for performance. And the Zulu is like one of those kayaks that could really do it all. You could put pedals on it, you could paddle it, you could push pull it, you could put motors. Some people even put outboards, and it does it well enough, all of them. So if you want a kayak that you could use on multiple type of waters and rig it up anywhere you want, even if you change your mind, you could definitely do it here with the Zulu. Now today, the reason why I'm here today is because I've been wanting to try the NK300 full install with steering cables, motor pull up and down and all that stuff here on the Zulu. I wanted to do a complete installation, and also I wanted to showcase how nice it is to have that low profile lithium battery from Newport vessel, low pro, that happens to be right there under the seat. Cool thing about that battery is that it could go anywhere. It could go under the seat, it could go up, like I could definitely put it right here if I want to. It could go back there, it could go under the black pack if I want to, because it's rugged, it's well designed, it's waterproof, it could get wet. That is an epic idea. That why is it that the batteries always have to mold into the car size batteries? Why not adapt them so you could use them on different type of watercraft and applications and stuff like that? So we're gonna be running this battery here with NK300. Now let me show you what I did to install the NK300 on this Zulu, because I think it's important. See, the Zulu is not prone to have running cables for steering. It doesn't have any fancy pre-wire or anything like that, so I have to like create this from scratch, right? I don't know where the idea came from. Maybe I saw something from YakGadget back in the day where they had a rudder that the steering was on top of the kayak instead of going through. Maybe I got it from there, I don't know. But here's what I did. I got this YakGadget little track mount accessory that you could put things through, and I also got this from Amazon. They're loops, and the cool thing about those 1/4-inch loops is that they fit nicely in the bolts that hold the seat, so it's serving double purpose right there. So I ran the cables. I got the Newport vessel kit that comes with the steering cables and everything else. So I run it, I cut it out, run it through from the motor all the way to the footrest. And I'm gonna touch on the footrest right now because that's a Kaku product. Back here, what you normally do is just put the mount that comes with your motor. If you happen to have a PowerPole setting or pre-installed already, you could just bolt it in and that's it. This one is a PowerPole setting, but the bolts are different. So if you have a Zulu and you wanna put the NK, reach out to Kevin, get the right measurement, because the bolts are thicker. So I put the base in there. I also added these 2 additional loops thingies from Amazon as well to make it neater, to make it nicer. It's gonna, for example, if you didn't have this here, this cable could get underneath, could get on top, could get through there. With that there as a guide, it just makes it for a cleaner setup. Back here, the original steering triangle, I destroyed it because I had the motor way up and I was driving, I don't know, something happened and I broke it. So never drive with this motor like this, because you're gonna put a lot of pressure on the whole system and it's gonna break. Best thing is to remove the motor, but if you don't want to remove it, just have it down. Don't have it on the up position because it's a problem. I've seen people on YouTube talk about, you know, just leaving the motor raised up. Like, don't do that, you're gonna destroy it, even if you have a trailer. So this steering triangle is metal. And the cool thing about it is that it's metal, it bends, so you could like torque it in really hard and it's just gonna bend. It's gonna, like, this thing is not gonna move. So I really like that steering triangle. I'm also gonna put an affiliate link down below in the description if you wanna check any of the accessories that I used to make this build. Back here we put the power pole, again with the base. That's simple, you've probably seen it 1,000 times, but you could choose to put a second power pole if you want here in the Zulu, because it has, actually you could put like 5 of them. 4 in this case, because you're using the motor. Now, talking about the motor throttle setup, YakGadget sells a really good one. It's that one right there. They change it up a little bit now. It doesn't have this base. It's more like, it looks nicer. So definitely buy it. It's totally worth the money. Also, Newport vessel has one, but it's kind of flat. And depending on your boat, like this boat, maybe you want that one because it's more articulate. You can move it around. It's set up on the same system that you have your track loading gear track. So you could put a camera there if you're not using the motor, or you could put a rod holder. So it's very versatile. The other thing I would say, if you have this set up and you're gonna go full time with it, is instead of having it on the track down there, maybe get a YakGadget tube mount and put one of those adapters here, one of those track mount adapters, and then it's gonna stand out, or you could like move it around and do things. I think right there is fine for now, but you can move it around. It's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the foot steering. To me, one of the best things about kayak fishing, it is the ability to hands-free fish as you move. And to accomplish that, the only real way is using your feet as your steering setup. You cannot do that on a boat. You cannot do that on a jumbo. You can only do it on a kayak, right? Because you could set it up that way. Think about it. If you're working in an area, you just set the motor at low speed. Maybe you're going 1 mile, 2 miles an hour, and you're casting, and you're steering with your feet. And it's ultimate control. You're just focusing on that. And that to me is epic. I love trolling motors with remote control and all that stuff. The autopilot is my favorite kayak ever. And also I'm using a lot of auto boat system, and it's epic to have the remote, but a lot of times you have to like stop what you're doing casting to like change position and moving places. It's really nice to just be on your seat and turn instead of having to reach for your remote. So the best thing in the world would be to have both, have an NK300 on the back, foot steering control, and have a bow mounted trolling motor. I think you could rig something up on the bow and put an auto boat system there. Definitely, you could definitely do it. I may do that. I don't know if this video gets views, I'll do it, but I don't think this video is gonna get views, so I probably will not be doing that because I got a lot of work to do. I gotta move to the next one. But you could definitely set up auto boat over there and then have the NK300 as your outboard, and then have auto boat to fish, and then you have everything. You have GPS control trolling motor on the bow with your hands, and you have full rest controller and everything else. It's just epic. Now the other thing I wanted to do, oh yes, I didn't touch on this, so reach out to Kevin about this. If you have a Zulu and you want to adapt hands-free steering with your foot, this aluminum brackets, you could also do this yourself. You could go to Home Depot, get an L bracket. This is probably 2 inches, and get this foot rest for online. Actually, I'm gonna link some of the things that you could use to make this work. And then you could definitely rig up a foot steering system right here, but you gotta make sure that this thing is at least 2 inches thick or maybe taller, because you want to have space on this to be able to steer. The higher it is, the better. I think I will put this a little higher, and you can still use this setup. All you have to do is get some like blocks of starboard material, maybe 2 inches by 2 inches, and you raise up the deck a little bit, and you use long bolts, and boom, it's up. I would recommend that if you want to go this route. I mean, I'm digging this setup. I think this is a kayak. If I only had one kayak, I think this is a kayak that I would definitely enjoy using out there, especially if I set it up like this. And I don't see why it wouldn't work for you. It's a perfect, no, nothing is perfect. But you know what, enough talking. Let me see if my adjustment is gonna work. I'm gonna do some route. I'm gonna go around here and maybe catch a fish or something. Let's do a little demo. Let's get on the boat. Let me raise my boom, and let's just get on the boat. Let's start at 25%. Do you guys get anything? What is that? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I thought they were gone.
Oh, they ride around in this area.
Yeah, they do live here, but like usually you get the small ones.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Evan.
Yeah.
Can't get number one keeper, 1 or 2 keepers.
Yeah. This is such a clean setup, man. It's so clean, it's so nice. Look, I have all this open space right here in front of me. Like, I only have my cameras, but I'm digging this setup. I always like the Zulu. First time I saw the Zulu was, I guess, 2019, I think it was. It's been a while. 25% power. We're pulling about 165 watts, and I want to see what kind of speeds we're getting here. OMG, 3.5 miles an hour at just 25% power. That means with that battery that is 50 an hour, you could probably go at least 30 miles. I would say about 40, right? Who does 20 miles on a kayak on a day? Who does 20 miles on a kayak on a week? That's what we do kayaks, because we drive to a spot and then we launch and we just fish within 2-3 miles. The people that do the long trek, like 20-30 miles, they are on a paddle kayak, right? And they're going for the sport, for the adventure, not for the fishing. Because think about it, imagine you could go on a kayak, let's say 6 miles an hour, and if you go 12 miles out, it's gonna take you 2 hours at least, right? So it's, yeah, I don't want to hear about lithium batteries not being able to last you the whole fishing day, because that's a lie. So let's go ahead and do 50%. 50%, we're pulling 460 watts. Let me do a turn here. I'm also testing the turning. So the things with the cables is that if you go wide open, it's difficult to turn because the cables kind of get like stuck. But if you are middle or 75% power, I think it should be fine. Oh my god, 4.9, 4.8 miles an hour at 50% power, 462 watts. This is a really good speed. Like, there's no way on a PDO kayak that you're able to sustain 5 miles an hour for hours. And here you could definitely probably go 4+ hours on this speed. It's just crazy. Let me do 75%. We're pushing a lot of water. It's flowing a little bit. You see, I'm having issues turning now. Not issues, but like wasn't as smooth as before. Let me see if I could do the nice quick turn right here. Wow, bro, it's like on the spot, man. So remember, when you're gonna turn left, to let go of your right foot, because you don't want to create that extra friction. OMG, 5.7 miles an hour, 5.8, 5.5. Whoa, let me just let it go here. Let it run for a little bit, see what happens. I'm on my happy zone right now, man, because I'm fishing shallow. Well, haven't even fished, but I'll be fishing shallow, and the PowerPole will just be able to lock me down. And I don't need that GPS control trolling motor, because I have ultimate control right here on my foot. This is my happy zone right here. All right, let's go ahead and turn back here, but let me do a cast first. Dude, this is working way better than I thought it was gonna be working, man. Oh my god, I may want to take this fishing for real. I think this deserves taking it out on another fishing trip. We did a whole trip to the Everglades once with this. We caught a really nice redfish that day, and I think that was the only real fishing trip I had with the Zulu, so I may want to take it out again. We're getting 5.4 miles an hour. I'm in love with this setup, man. It took a little bit of doing to put it together, but like, I think this just works, bro. Look at this thing. Okay, this is all right. I was having it just turning here. I mean, it definitely could use some refinements, like I think what I was saying earlier of raising the foot steering a little up. Should totally, like, you should totally do it. So I'm getting that 5.3 to 5.5 miles an hour here. I'm gonna go ahead and just wide open it and see what happens. Let me turn here, see how sharp of a turn I could do. So when you get stuck, because you will, you just slow down a little bit. It's gonna relieve some of the pressures of the motor, and then you're gonna be able to steer and just go. Let me go ahead and slowly bring it up to 100% and let it go and see what happens. At 75%, we were doing about 847 watts. I think raising the motor up, like tilting it a little back, worked perfectly for me. 6 miles an hour, open conditions, fully loaded for fishing is not a bad deal at all. Not at all, sir. Let me turn here and see what we get. Is that an iguana? I'm turning at high speed. What is that? Oh, that's an iguana, bro. Let's see if we could hit it. I won't hit it, but like, let's see if we could scare it. Dude, that iguana is gnarly. What are you doing here in the middle of the water, iguana? What are you looking for? You're a vegetarian. You're a vegan. Crazy, bro. You see that thing? Crazy. Okay. They gotta be, you know what? I think I'm gonna anchor here. Maybe a little over there. There gotta be trouts or stuff around here. Okay, finally a fish. I'm gonna anchor here. Finally a trout. It's not a keeper, it's a tiny one, but we have a problem. Let's fix it quick. My spike doesn't have a top thing. I think we're gonna have to do something. Okay, let's save the pole. Okay. I gotta put the stopper. I don't know where it is. I lost it a while ago. Hopefully they're still here. Nice one. Nice one. Number two. They're small ones, but all I wanted was to just catch fish. That's number two. Let's go and grab another one. Oh my God, it's like a school. Number three. Boom. This one is getting bigger. Number three. This is so cool. Let me see if we could pull another one. This is so cool. 3 fish in like literally 3 minutes. Oh my God. Ooh. Now I'm getting too excited and I missed the bite. Oh my God, they're like right there. This is so cool, guys. This, whoa. Remember, your kayak is still flip. But this is why I love the Zulu, because look where I'm sitting, right? And don't get wet. Found a little school of, well, they found the school. I mean, I know they live here, but they sort of pinpoint where they were. And found a little school of sea trouts. And I could see here on the seat of the Zulu, sort of like maintain position here with the PowerPole. And maybe I get more trouts, I don't know. Oh. You're fine. Okay, so it looks to me like they're right there. That's where they are. Let's let it drop and twitch it a little bit. Feel the resistance. Ooh, look at the mullets. There's something over there. Let me cast over there first. Stupid wind. Couldn't put it right there, but hey. It's one of the things that happens when you get excited and you feel like everything is a bite, and then you start setting the hooks on anything and then you miss the bites. Patient. Remember what you were doing before. Patient. I think they moved. Should move too. Let me cast 360 around here. Ooh, there's something in front. subtle hook set. What a beautiful fish. They fight hard, they taste good. When they're like biting, it's like so much fun. It's like one after the other because it's cool around. So it's like super nice. I think they're like right there. I'm gonna bring my lure slowly. See if I, because they're on the bottom. They're bottom feeders. Like they eat on the bottom. So you have to be patient and let your lure fall to the bottom basically. And that's how you hook them. And whew, it's just subtle hook set. Like you don't have to like, that's why I was losing it earlier, because I was trying to set the hook hard. But you don't have to do that. I might have to use my pliers on this one. Nice. Let me get another one. That's 2.5. I think I caught 5. They're probably 13, 14 inches. But this is what you do. You cast, right? And you just let the lure fall. And you just like bring it back like you're doing a worm basically. You'll find them. Oh, missed it. What the heck is this? This one feels bigger. Don't give it a chance. Don't give it a chance. Boom, lost it. The other day I was fighting a cuda. I hooked the thing really nice. The hook wasn't, I didn't know the hook was there. I got wired. I go like, there's no chance you're getting off. The second I finished saying that, it was off. That was our keeper. I was thinking if I was gonna take it home, but I don't know. Good to know there's still keepers here. Dude, it's so nice to fish on this boat. It's very windy. I'm able to stand up on this seat. I'm able to sit down here if I want to on the backrest, and I have so much visibility. Whoa! What the heck? Whoa! 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 They moved again. I think he liked that. I'm gonna put my rod tip down, bring the head of that trout underwater so it can't jump and get off. Then I'm gonna do a bow flip. That didn't happen. See, I thought I was in one of my inflatables with the pontoon that I could just bow flip it. It's the problem, man. That's the problem with so many kayaks. I thought for sure that I had enough like high walls here that when I brought that fish inside, it was gonna fall on the deck of the boat and not fall off. Okay, I'm gonna fight this like people fight fish on TV shows. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let her swim, just like, you know, like I'm a professional angler. Let it. What is this? Is that a cuda? Ooh. How many fish is that already? I wonder if it's gonna be able to fall off on his own. Nope. Gotta rescue it. Ooh. Right there. And what I was doing is like doing this crazy moves like this. Hey, another one. I think I have a fish, but I think the wind is messing up with my line. Let's see if we have the fish. Yeah, I knew it. I think I have a fish and the wind is messing up with my line. And I also wow. Hey guys, so if you enjoy my videos and you are gonna buy one of these Kaku kayaks for yourself, please use my affiliate link, or at least tell Kevin I sent you. That way he gives me credit, because it's my job, and I spend a lot of time having fun, but also putting a lot of work and effort into my videos, so you guys get the best possible information out there. I understand sometimes it's not the most entertaining video, but at least if you want to learn about a kayak through A through Z, everything there is to know about it, and actual on the water test, that's what I do here. And thank you for following me and all that stuff and making my life fun. Appreciate you. Now, I didn't do one thing. I checked the reverse, but I didn't really check the reverse. I haven't tested the reverse on this boat, whoa, properly. That was a bad idea. So what I want to do now is I'm gonna go forward to push the motor forward, and then I'm gonna try the reverse. Wow, that thing was pushing me through land up. It is powerful, dude. Reverse is engaged. See what happens. Can it pull me out? It's at full power. Dude, oh, that was crazy. It did pull me out from land, and then it almost took me to the mangroves. But this motor is powerful, man. What? I think I gotta go, because I have a shipment coming in around 3. But before I go, I want to do another cast over here. See how messed up the trouts, how the trouts mess up this shrimp gulp, and it's still on the hook, and I could still catch fish with it. That's how durable those things are, the gulp. They get a bad rap, I don't know why. Actually, every single bait gets a bad rap. Seaman is the only one that doesn't like stretch out. I mean, there are other like seaman, but like seaman, it stretch out, so it doesn't quite like get caught out. But the problem with seaman is that sometimes they don't stay on the hook, they keep falling off. So you always have to be putting the bait back there. And the best thing you can do is just use crazy glue. But it's not like it's perfect. It's not like it's like all you need is seaman and you'll be happy. You know, every bait have their pros and cons. And I enjoy using seaman's bait. I caught a lot of fish with them, and they do work. It's just that, I mean, it's not what my point. Not everything is perfect. Okay, so I think I'm gonna this is so weird. Is this a snapper? Wow, this is so weird. What is this? It's a trout, but the feels so weird. Feel like a snapper, dude. It didn't feel like a trout. I think it's a keeper. Let me see if I could keep it, because it's gonna die. Okay, good thing it's 15, because it's gonna die, so I'm gonna keep it. Look at that, it's bleeding. It's a keeper. That sucks. I wasn't planning to keep it, but it's like almost dead. Oh well, what can you do? don't think I'll be filleting a fish on my kayak ever again. This was a bad idea. I should have done it on land or have a better knife. You gotta be careful with this motor and the torque. It's just too torquey. It's too powerful. I can't believe I caught dinner, man. This is the trout we caught today. I did such a bad job filleting on the bow of the boat. Like, don't do that ever. I just put a little bit of garlic salt and some Spanish seasoning, and I'm just gonna deep fry it. I should say not deep fry it. I'm gonna pan fry it because I didn't put a lot of oil. Also added a little bit of cornstarch. I couldn't find the flour, and I wanted to try cornstarch. This is looking succulent. I wonder how it tastes. Got this piece right here. Oh my god, super tasty. Highly recommend. Sea trout, garlic powder, salt. It's cut thinly, so it's kind of like fried like I like it, you know. Highly recommend. Check it out.